Bebs. I don't know, okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here then my name is Aisha, welcome. So today we're going to be playing with the Morphe X AVANI GREGG palette, and I'm super excited because it looks so cute and I have seen so many videos on this and the colors are just beautiful. So on the back here we have AVANI GREGG and she's written a little message for us. It says, for the Bebs. Hi Bebs, I tried to match y'all's immaculate energy with this makeup. My love for makeup is off the charts. Same goes for my love for y'all Bebs. So I guess Bebs is a thing, I don't know. Maybe I should be saying this like in an American accent. My love for y'all Bebs. So bad, I'm sorry guys. And PS, whoever is reading this, I cannot wait to see what looks you create. So she is a TikToker, I think, and she's like 16 years old. She's so young, but she's super cute, and yeah, I love the packaging. It's beautiful. And I guess we should open it up so I can show you guys what it looks like. So this is the palette. It's pretty big, like it's bigger than my head, and my head is pretty big, so it's big, okay? And the colors are super cute. Look at the back there. It's just so pretty, and if we open it up, we've got a sheet kind of thing, and ta-da! I love the look of this. Like, so many cute shades in here. It also comes with a huge mirror. I don't want to blind you guys, but you can see up here that the mirror is very big. It's basically the size of the palette, so again, bigger than my head. There are 20 shades in here, and then down the bottom we also have 10 cake liners. So they're basically water activated liners, kind of like the Suva Beauty ones, and I love the range of shades because we've got some kind of like warm neutrals, we've got some blues and purples, some greens, some glitters, some shimmers, mattes, and basically anything you would want in a palette. Obviously it's quite a colorful palette, so it's not really like an everyday kind of thing with loads of neutral shades, but basically I'm kind of over those neutral palettes. Like, I have enough of those in my collection, and if you guys know me, I love colorful eyeshadow and doing colorful looks and getting super creative with my makeup, so this palette is right up my alley. I love how some of the shades have kind of these embossed little patterns on them. I think it just adds a nice little touch, and it's just so aesthetically pleasing, in my opinion anyway. I don't know what you guys think about it, but it's so pretty. And then we also have a pressed glitter. This one down here, like this silver shade, is calling my name. Like, how beautiful does that look? Like, I can't believe it. This palette retails for 34 euros or £30, which is quite affordable for the amount of shades you get. I'm excited to try these cake liners. I've heard mixed reviews, like some people love them and some people said that they were a complete disaster. I don't know, but I think it's really cute how you have the liners and the shadows in one palette. Like, it's a really good idea, so hopefully they work. I'm way too excited to play with this. I have not touched it. I have not swatched any of the shades, so I think we're just gonna get straight into the eye makeup so I can try them out on my eyes, and then towards the end of the video we can do some swatches so you guys can see all of the shades in action basically. So before we begin, don't forget to click the subscribe button down below, ring the notification bell so you are notified every single time I upload, and we're gonna get straight on into the eye look. Now I'm going to give these eyeshadows a fair test, so I'm going to prime my eyes as always with the P. Louise base. This one is in the shade Rumor 02, and I always use an eyeshadow primer. I like to take a pea-sized amount on either lid, and I like to have a kind of wet sticky base down because I feel like any eyeshadow is going to really stick to it and it's going to come out way more pigmented than if you don't put a base down. So always prime your eyes, guys. To not prime is a crime. I don't know who said that, but very wise words. The eyes are primed, and I want to do two different eye looks just so I can use as many shades in the palette as possible, and it's so versatile. I feel like you could create so many looks with this, but I'm gonna go for a cool tone side and a warm tone side. So we're going to start, oh I'm scared, we're gonna start with a blue. I'm gonna go in with this one here, which is called Mama's Fave, and I love as well how they have named all the shades, because usually Morphe, you know, like they give you that plastic strip with all the shade names on it, and I find that so annoying. So I love how the shade names are actually written on the palette. So Mama's Fave is gonna go on a fluffy brush. This is the MAC 227. Just tapping in a tiny bit, and this is gonna go in the crease. I first like to kind of pat the color on so that I can like place it down where I want it and get as much pigment as possible, and then I'm gonna blend it out with a lighter shade. This is like a proper aqua blue shade, but because I'm using a fluffy brush, it's not coming out like super pigmented, super opaque. It's very soft, but for the crease, I mean, we want something soft that's going to blend out nicely. Now I'm going to go in with this shade, which is called Seaweed, and it's a very light baby blue color. So the darker blue shade did not have any kickback at all, whereas this lighter blue does have a little bit of kickback in the pan, but honestly, I do not mind as long as the eyeshadow blends and works nicely on the lid. Ooh, that's such a stunning shade. And I'm just putting this above the other shade to just help blend it out. It is a very light shade, so it's not coming up too much on my eyelid, but it is definitely helping to blend. Guys, I just realized that I've been reading the names wrong this whole time. Like, I thought the name was below the shade, but actually it's above. So far I have not used Seaweed and Mama's Fave. I've used Fishy, which is this light blue one, and then this one is called Anthony with an F. So yeah, my bad. So now I'm gonna go in with this super dark navy blue shade, and this one is called I Cry, and it looks stunning. I think I'm gonna take this on a flat brush to see if that helps, maybe like with pigmentation. Maybe you can see the kickback a little bit better there, like you can see how some shadow has come up, but again, nothing too concerning. And so I've got a flat angled brush. This is the Zoeva 235 contour shader, and I'm just gonna put this, like, I'm gonna try and pack it into the crease below the other shade. So this one has got a bit of fallout, which is to be expected because it is such a dark shade, but it's so pigmented. Like, look at that. Okay, now that is the pigment that I wanted, and I'm gonna start blending it with this brush, and I'm gonna clean everything up later, so it might look a complete mess until the very end. Probably. Okay, I really like that shade, like so pigmented and true to color. This one is definitely true to color. Now I'm going back in with my fluffier brush, so the MAC 227, and I'm taking the Mama's Fave shade, which is the first blue shade that we went in with, and I'm gonna use this to blend out the dark blue. Why did I do my foundation first? That was a real mistake on my end, because now that I've got fallout, I'm just gonna have to redo everything all over again. The blend is definitely looking nice though. Like, none of the shadows look patchy, I don't think. I think they look pretty good. Like, okay, now it's time to cut the crease so that we look a bit less messy. As always, I'm taking a cotton bud and some micellar water. This is the best way to do a cut crease, in my opinion. So we're just going to remove the shadow on the lid and create the shape for the cut crease. I've removed as much as possible with the cotton bud, and then I'm just going in with a makeup wipe to just remove any excess product on the lid. Now again, taking my P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 02, I'm just going to use this on the lid where I just removed everything. I feel like that looks a million times better already. Like, trust the process, guys. Hashtag trust the process. I feel like I want to use the white shade now because it looks super white, and white eyeshadow is something I really struggle with. Like, I can never find a proper pure white pigmented eyeshadow. So I have high hopes for you, okay? It's called Inaudible Noise, and it's this one up the top here. It's very creamy and quite opaque. Like, hopefully you can see there how much it's brightening up the lid. Definitely a good white, and you could probably use it as a highlight shade, like a brow bone highlight shade if you're going for a matte look or something. But now on the middle portion of the lid, so I've just put that on the inner third, I want to go in with some of the purples. So first we're going to try this one here, which is a kind of cool tone purple shade, and it's called Maddie Don't Like. I don't know who Maddie is, but she don't like it. But I like it. It looks good to me. I'm just going to pack that on the inner portion and kind of blend it into the white shade. The shade is stunning. Like, I love the undertone. Very pigmented. Maybe you can see a little bit better there. That shade is gorgeous. I love it. Now on the outer corner, I think I'm gonna go with this purple shade, which is called My Fave, and it's more of like a true purple. I feel like these kinds of shades have actual like technical names, so please help me. Because I'm so bad with like describing colors and stuff. And we're gonna put this on the outer portion. Oh, this one is very pigmented. I like that. Yes. Ah, this is more like a berry purple shade. Would that be like a technical term? Oh, it's probably the brush. Like honestly guys, if an eyeshadow is not showing up pigmented, really pack it on. Like use a dense flat packing brush if you want that pigment, because that is like so pigmented. Like look at that. Wow. Now that looks stunning. Like those two purples, yes, it's a yes from me. Now I don't know what to do on the outer corner. Don't know. Let's try the black, because black is a real test of an eyeshadow formula, because they're always usually very patchy. Like it's really hard to come across a nice black shade. So this is the black in the palette and it's called Hidden, and it looks like it's a proper matte black. Like no shimmer running through it or anything. It feels very creamy on my brush. Ooh, very pigmented. Fallout, yes. Like quite a bit of fallout with this, but with any black shade. Whoa, that is so pigmented. Oh my goodness. I haven't blended it out yet, but just packing that on, it's so opaque. Like so opaque. Now we're gonna go back in with that purple shade and try and blend the black and purple into each other. Okay, now this is where everything can start to go wrong. Yeah, now that I'm kind of blending it out a little bit, it's getting a little bit patchy. Like it looked amazing when I just packed it on, so I'm just gonna try and pack it on a bit more. I don't know if you can see that there, but it does look a tiny bit patchy up in here, but really like it's very pigmented and it's very black. Obviously you can see all of this fallout, so I would recommend that you do your foundation after doing your eyes if you're going to use the black. I mean, I'm pretty impressed, to be honest. Now I'm going to clean up all of this mess down here, and then we're going to use one of the cake liners. Be right back. I don't really know what shade to go for. I don't know. Let's go, I guess, for the blue shade, just so everything kind of matches up together. So this looks super cute. Again, it's kind of like a sky blue shade, and it's in the shade Bebs. I don't know. Okay, now it says wet your brush before you line, and I'm gonna take a super precise brush. It's kind of got like such a powdery texture. Oh no, I'm not putting that on my eyes. Let's add more water. Yeah, it's definitely like very dry. That is disgusting. Like what? Why is it doing that? Okay, my brush is very wet right now. It's definitely not as like bright as it looks in the pan. I don't know, the consistency is just so weird, because it just basically feels like I'm wetting an eyeshadow. Like it's so weird. Okay, it's getting better. Like now that it's drying down, it's actually drying down lighter. Like look, that's the wet part, it looks darker, and then when it dries it looks more true to color. Weird. It's weird. Maybe I just have to get used to this texture, because I'm used to the Suva Beauty formula, like the Hydra liners, and they're way more like gel-like and liquidy. I keep wetting my brush like every 2 seconds with this. Okay, I think I'm making it work. It doesn't look perfect, but it definitely looks better now than it did before. Okay, now that it's dried down, it definitely looks a lot more vibrant, and I actually quite like it. Like it's not the best eyeliner I've ever used in my life, but the shade is super cute. So now we're gonna do the lower lash line. I think I'm just gonna keep you guys zoomed in, and I think I'm gonna go for green for the lower lash line so that we can try out as many shades as possible. So this one is called Seaweed, and I'm putting this on with a flat brush, again, just so hopefully I can get as much pigmentation as possible. Definitely a cute green shade. And then I'm gonna go in with Mama's Fave, which is this like dark green shade. It's so cute. I love how it's got a little 4-leaf clover on it. It's like a forest green. And I'm gonna pack this like really close to the lower lash line, so really close to the eyelashes. Oh, that is stunning. The dark shades seem to be working really well, which is quite weird because usually the dark shades like dark greens and blues and blacks are the ones that are the hardest to work with. I think I'm gonna try and take the green cake liner. Looks like a super neon green shade. So I'm gonna take that and see if I can put this on the lower lash line. Kind of like almost in the waterline because I don't want to get it in my eye, and it definitely looks green but it does not look as neon as I was expecting. Okay, I think that will do for this eye. Like, to be honest, I've had enough. I'm just going to highlight the brow bone quickly with the white shade in the palette again, so I've already used this, and then we will go on to the next eye. Now we're gonna do the warm side because I love warm tones and this is looking a bit too cool for me. We're going to start with an orange shade. I'm gonna go in with the dark orange. So this is called You Mad, and I'm gonna take a flat brush. Again, we have learned that we need to go in with a flat brush, and I'm going to follow the same kind of style. Ooh, pigmentation, yes. We'll see how it blends out, but I love that shade. It's like a super bright, kind of like, it's reminding me of a sunset. Love that. Now I'm gonna blend it out with the yellow shade, so it's called Beep Boop. Beep Boop. Okay, the yellow is nice. It's just, I mean, a yellow. Nice and pigmented, not super bright, but it's definitely blending out that orange shade nicely, and we've got a pretty good blend going on. Yes. Sunset vibes. This is gonna be my favorite eye for sure because, as I said, I love warm tones. Okay, now I'm gonna deepen up the crease a bit with this shade, which is called Clown, and it looks like a kind of burgundy shade, so I'm kind of scared because burgundies and like reddish shades can be quite hard to work with, and usually they don't come up true to color. Like, they always tend to come out kind of pink looking. Nice. Oh, I really like that, and it's actually looking quite burgundy. Everything blended really nicely together. I've created a kind of soft gradient, and I think it looks really pretty. Nothing looks patchy, I don't think. Okay, of course, we're gonna cut the crease. So again, taking my cellar water. I'm doing this eye super quickly because I spent like hours on this one. Not hours, but a long time, it feels like. And so I'm over it already. No, I'm joking, but I feel like this side has just been a bit easier to do so far. Definitely not even, but that's to be expected. My cut creases are never even. Now, P. Louise base, you know the drill by now. Again, on the inner corner, I'm gonna take the white shade and I'm just gonna place that on the inner third. On the middle portion, I think I'm gonna take this shade, which is called 2016, and it's kind of like, I don't know, a kind of pinkish berry color. Like, it looks a little bit red on camera, I don't know why, but it's actually got a pink undertone. I don't know, I haven't blended it out yet, but the shade itself is stunning, like the undertone. And I'm taking a fluffy brush to try and blend that into the white shade, and it's created a kind of like baby pink color in the middle there. This one is a tiny bit patchy. Like, it seems to be coming off, like the more I go over it. I don't know why. Like, there's just this patch in the middle. I think I have like a dry eyelid or something, but it's just not sticking to it. No, it was going so well. Why? Like, can you see that patch there? It just won't stick, and it looks like a disaster. Oh dear, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna try and pack this on. No, it's not having it. Okay, no, this shade is not going well. I'm gonna try and use this orange shade, which is called Annulele. Annulele, I don't know. And I'm gonna try and put that in between the pink and the white. The pink shade is just coming off. No, why? Oh gosh, it looks awful. Just like in that patch there. The orange is cute, like it helped to blend. Now on the outer corner, I'm gonna take this shade here. It looks like a kind of lilac purplish shade, and it's called Lil Pavivon. No, Lil Papivoni. What kind of names are these? I'm so confused. This is a very strange color combo. When you pack them on, they look amazing. I just have like some issues with some of them when I try and blend them out. Mainly that hot pink shade. Okay, now on the outer corner, I'm going to take I don't know, like a brown shade, I guess. Let's try this one. It's called Chunkin's Coffee. Like this looks like a really nice kind of deepening shade. This shade is nice. It's like a pure coffee shade. And I think that will do. So we're gonna go in with a cake liner. Look at this mess though. So much fallout, but that's because I'm very heavy-handed. Because I want my eyeshadows to be super pigmented, I really do pack them on there, so that can give you a little bit of fallout. Nothing that we can't clean up later. Okay, so the red is called Gymnast Mems. Not memes, mems. The more I'm using these, the more I'm kind of getting used to the consistency. So at first it's looking like a blood red color. Let's see if like it changes color like the other one did when it dries down. Not bad, a little bit patchy, and like on the outer corner here you can't really see it at all because of the darker shades. Like it's not vibrant enough, and it's doing the opposite of the other one. Like at first it looks red and then it dries down darker. I was expecting it to be a little bit more red. So guys, my camera died, and while I was waiting for it to charge again, I put lashes and mascara and everything on this side. So I'm just gonna finish off the lower lash line. I'm gonna start off with this orange shade here, which is called Annulele or whatever. I don't know what it's called, something like that. This shade is gorgeous. It's kind of like a pastel orange. And just on the outer corner, I'm gonna take this pink shade. This is the one that didn't really work very well on the lid, but we're gonna try it out just to kind of match up the outer corner and the lower lash line. And the last thing I'm gonna do is just highlight the brow bone with the white shade. I just realized, guys, that both of these are all matte looks. Like that was not intentional. I guess I will swatch the shimmers for you once I'm done. So I'm just going to apply mascara and lashes to this side, and then I'll be back. We can do some swatches of all the rest of the shades, and then I can give you my final thoughts on the palette. So here is the finished look, and in a sec I will do a close-up on the eyes, but first we're going to swatch some of the shades that we didn't use. So I'm gonna take this one up here, which is called LMAO, and it's a shimmer shade. Ooh, that is stunning. Like, look at that. It's kind of like a lilac, almost white purplish shade. Like it has a white reflect to it. So stunning. Then we're gonna go for this bronzy shade. It looks amazing as well. What's it called? Diet. Oh, this one has got like a chunky kind of feel to it. I don't know, it's not swatching the best, but the shade is stunning. Very shiny again. It's got that kind of coppery orangey undertone. So pretty. Then we've got the grey shade, which is called Bra. Oh, this one is soft. Oh, it's like a proper charcoal kind of grey. It's swatching pretty good. Obviously it's a matte shade, so sometimes mattes can swatch a little bit kind of patchy, but I like the undertone. Very, very cool toned. Love that. And then the last one I'm gonna swatch, because I actually used almost every single shade in this palette except the shimmers, but the last one is this press glitter, silver press glitter. Very chunky, but look at that on my finger. Oh my goodness. This is called Star Emoji. Just look how shiny that is. Like so metallic. Hopefully you can see them a bit better. Love those. I especially like this kind of purpley shimmer shade, and I'm excited to use the grey as well. Let's do a close-up. I really like how both eyes turned out. Let me know which one you prefer down below. I think I prefer the warm tone one just because warm tones are my thing. Most of the shades worked really well. Most of them were super pigmented. The cake liners are gonna take some getting used to, but now that I've kind of like played with a few of them, I'm kind of getting the gist. Like they are very dry, very different to anything I've ever tried before. This blue shade is really nice now that it's dried down. It's very, very bright and beautiful. Yeah, I just think I need to get used to them and play with them a bit more before I can give you a proper review. The only shade I had a problem with was that hot pink shade up in here, but then when I added the orangey peachy shade, everything turned out okay. Okay, so overall I'm really impressed. Like, all of the shadows worked nicely except that one, and they blended so well, and I'm really excited to create more looks with this. As you can see, it's very versatile. I created 2 completely different looks. So let me know in the comments down below if you have tried this palette, and let me know which side you prefer, the cool tone side or the warm tone side. And if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button down below. Also ring the notification bell so you are notified every single time I upload, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.